this time, we'd like to reconvene our regular session here at 7 p.m. Thank you all for being here. As you can see, all the board members' names are in front of them, so we'll go through introductions later. But thank you all for being here. At this time, we can get everyone to stand for our pledges. And our parliamentarian, Mr. Rushing, can lead us through that. Standing for a moment of silence, please. Very good, thank you. All right, so once again, it's our last board meeting before we start back to school. We've got our teachers back on board and rocking and rolling already and going through professional development. Life is good at Humble ISD. So at this time, Dr. Sconzo, do we have any commendations or recognitions?
We do not, Mr. President, but we do have actually we have two inspiring moments tonight. So the first inspiring moment is happy birthday, Mr. Sure, we can sing.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear brother.
Would look this good.
Okay, moving on to the next inspiring moment. So seriously, a very happy birthday to you. Tonight's inspiring moment, we're really kind of excited about. I am very excited personally because it celebrates our transportation department. And I want to ask two things. One, please pay very close attention to some of the facts and information that are included in this inspiring moment, because I'm not sure really many people can appreciate the breadth and depth of what the Humble ISD Transportation Department is. And then secondly, I do hope that you will have the same takeaway I had, having had the chance to preview this, and that is, I'm really proud because to a person in our transportation department, they are educators. They are very much and very directly a part of the teaching team in working with and for our kids every day. So, Jamie, if you were right.
Our mission is to provide home to school transportation in a safe, nurturing, cost-effective environment. So that means that we're tasked with getting kids to and from school, doing it safely, doing it in a nurturing way that, as part of the Humble ISD team, and doing it cost-effective. So we do pride ourselves on making the best best and most efficient, effective routes that we can.
My role for the district as a bus driver is to make sure that the kids arrive to their school safely, and at the end of the day, make sure that they arrive back home safely. We're here to help the kids get that education that they need, and hopefully to become successful students later on in life.
I do that on a daily basis, you know, with a very positive attitude. I think, you know, I have great students that I love and I've come to respect as well as they respect me.
We have a staff of about 270 people. We have about 150 drivers. We have about 50 attendants. I have a maintenance staff of about 25. Have a routing department, dispatch, training department. We do all the maintenance on the vehicles in-house. We have a fairly large department.
Over the past year, they have worked tremendously well. We have an excellent maintenance staff. They've come a long way with getting our buses up to par where they should be, and that's a plus in itself right there.
I've had nothing but good people surrounding me, co-workers, friends, that, and, you know, leaders. Yeah, it's all been, you know, very positive in my case, so I'm very happy to be a part of Humble ISD Transportation.
One of our technicians, Jesus Gonzalez, competed in a statewide school bus technician competition. He received second place at that competition. Again, that was all school bus technicians in the state of Texas. He was also selected, Jesus Gonzalez was selected as the Technician of the Year for the entire state of Texas. And we also applied for the first time and were placed on the top 100 best government fleets in North America. And that is really an honor. There's 38,000 government agencies that are eligible for that, and we were selected as one of the top 100 in North America. And it's a real testament to the things that we're doing.
It feels good, you know, it feels really good to have a good support in your district, in transportation. It's really a positive, you know, to be able to say and be proud of it, because you feel like you're a part of that. You feel like you've contributed in some way to earn those, you know, awards. So it feels really good.
I love driving the bus. I love doing field trips. And I love my route. I've had my route for the past 2 years. So I have the same kids. They know me, I know them, so we're all familiar with each other.
This is my 24th year for Humble, and I worked about 10 years in Kentucky on the general ed bus. So this is my 34th year driving.
Many of our drivers that have been here a long time see their student go from kindergarten to first grade all the way to graduation. And they really develop a rapport with those students over their public education career. We have some drivers that will give their students that they've had the whole time a graduation gift. So there really is a relationship built up between the driver and the student.
It's becoming familiar with each one of your students on a slightly personal level. That way you get to know them a little bit better, and you know when something's right, when something's wrong, just things like that.
But having that one-on-one and knowing their names and addressing them appropriately and respectfully and with a positive note is very important.
I love the children, and I enjoy the people I work with. I like being able to get out, you know, and mainly I love the children.
We really do have just phenomenal individuals as part of our transportation department team, but in all candor, you don't get to be among the top 100 transportation fleets in North America unless you have one of the top 100 leaders in transportation in North America, and we've got 2 of them in Humble ISD. So let me recognize, because they're here this evening, our Transportation Director, Jeff Prowl, and his Assistant Director, Mark Sweghammer. work that you do day in, day out. Want to mention, if I may, Mr. President, that Stellar students will be back in October, once we're well underway with the new school year, as well as in October we will kick off and start our monthly super staffers at our board meetings. But we have one very special presentation that we want to make tonight, and it has to do with our Humble ISD Education Foundation. They tell me our foundation is among the top 12 in the state. I think that's a little inaccurate because from all that I have observed, it is the top foundation in the state. It's #1. And we're very blessed and lucky to have them. I'm going to ask our director, Jerry Mindbaron, to come to the podium. I know we have a few of our foundation leaders here this evening as well. Jerry?
Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and ask them to come on up. Brent Holscott is our chair of the Education Foundation. And then we have Jen Sitton, Lisa Doty, and Scott Brady who are going to join him in a presentation tonight.
Thank you, Jerry. Good evening, school board trustees, Dr. Sconzo, and our guests. I'm honored tonight on behalf of the 31 board members of the foundation, as well as our foundation staff, who have worked tirelessly this year to ensure excellence in Humble ISD. This year we saw our largest number of grants ever awarded in the district. We received over 286 grants for innovative educational programs in the district. We are thrilled to see Humble ISD educators implementing creative, out-of-the-box ideas, and it's no small secret that we believe that that part of the innovation is what helped drive us towards that HEB award for excellence. To our Board of Trustees, we have given you a copy of our Foundation annual report, and you'll see we've had some very significant milestones this year, a few highlights. First, we had a 12% increase in employee giving from the district, over $310,000 from teachers. We had a 70% increase in our net profits from our rodeo and barbecue cook-off this year. And our gala topped the profits for the last 5 years, highest profits that we've had. We are excited to report that for the 2014-2015 school year, Humble ISD will receive financial support from the foundation to the tune of $1,155,610. This amount reflects $84,277 more than we awarded last year. These funds reflect donations towards educator online wish lists, campus annual funds, innovative educational grant programs, and the multitude of designated projects throughout the district. The Humble ISD education represents a community of donors that are proud of the work that you all are doing every single day. From our bus drivers that get our children to school safely each day, to the teachers who always find ways to get our children excited about learning, and to our school board members who volunteer countless hours assuring the best interests of the community's children and the patrons of the school district. We appreciate you keeping excellence in Humble ISD. We know you all are the best, and HEB's finally recognized that as well. One more quick announcement before we take some pictures. The foundation has also determined that for the award, we will be funding the full cost of expenses to promote banners and signs at the schools across the district, showcasing the fact that we are the best large district in the state of Texas. I am humbled as the chair, and so are my colleagues, that Dr. Sconzo felt it in the best interest to give us the money to make sure that those money, the $100,000 received, goes towards the innovative grants throughout the district. We've already started promoting that to our new teachers yesterday, and we will be continuing to work forward to the innovative grant program that will go out this fall. So when school starts, the banners will be out on campus. We will also partner with our Chamber of Commerce to make sure that the word gets out. And now, if I could ask for the birthday boy, President Robert Sitton, to join us, as well as Mr. Keith Lopez, our liaison from last year, and Dr. Sconzo for some pictures up front.
All right, that's just awesome. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But now it brings to the point of our questions and comments by patrons of the district. And I knew this would happen to me eventually. I'll get a name that I have no idea how to pronounce, but I'm going to try, so I apologize when I really screw it up. Fatumata Diallo? Did I do that right? Well, how about that? How about that? A hick from Texas. All right. Would you please come to the podium? And it looks like you're going to be talking about financial literacy program.
Good evening, humble ISD, board members, and guests. My name is Fatima Diallo, and I am a rising senior at Humble High School and a diploma candidate for the International Baccalaureate program offered at Humble High School. Over the course of this past summer, I've learned a lot about financial literacy while attending Pangea's Young Women's Leadership Challenge at Rice University. This proved to be a life-changing experience for me. I have learned the importance of financial literacy in everyday life. According to Jan Folger, financial literacy is the ability to use knowledge and skills to make effective and informed money management decisions. Before attending this 6-day session, I had no clue about financial literacy. That is solely because it is not a common topic discussed in schools. So I am here today to ask you to add financial literacy courses in high school students' curriculum. This is imperative for high school students the most because they are the ones that are about to finish grade school and go out to the real working world or to college. Many graduate with no skills on how to save money. The millennial generation is known as the generation of debt. As a teenager, many teens make financial choices on a daily basis. Many shop, have jobs, pay bills, are eligible for tax refunds if they file, have accounts at financial institutions, make car payments, pay car insurance, and most importantly, college-bound students are preparing to make a student debt choice. Most teens have no clue between the words want and need. Many prioritize short-term things like prom, the latest shoes or phones, and etc., etc. Very few have long-term prioritizations like college. This is mostly and mainly because they aren't taught the skills needed to know what to prioritize and set aside for the future. According to USA Today's newly released study, first-year college students required to take a financial literacy course in high school are significantly more likely to be financially responsible than their peers. For example, students who took the class did better on surveys, financial knowledge questions, were found to be averse to debt, more likely to pay credit card bills on time, and less likely to go over their credit limit. So with all this in mind, I urge you to please consider adding this imperative course in high school students' curriculum. I myself will never have known about the importance about knowing my financial responsibility if I hadn't attended the Pangea's Young Women's Leadership Challenge. I want others in my age group to have the opportunity that I received. I also, I printed up a syllabus and I set it on your, thank you.
Well, thank you for being here. Thank you very much. It's part of Robert's rules. We can't comment on your situation specifically, but when we get to comments, someone may have something to say, but we can't address it specifically. Okay. All right. So let's move on and comments by individual board members. Let's start to my right with Miss Nancy Morrison. Yes, ma'am.
I very much appreciate that thought process, and I would like us to look into it. I compliment you. I taught at the college level, and that was part of my curriculum.
Mr. Englock.
Also, I'd say thank you. That was very, very good. Thank you very much. My high school daughter's financial literacy is, I have $20 back. So I'm going to take this home and she's going to read it. So we're going to have to chat, change her literacy. But thank you so much. Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
And my wife is here tonight. Tonight's our annual shack. So this is our annual board meeting.
Mr. Cunningham.
Thank you, Mr. President. I too just want to add to the other young lady, thank you so much for coming tonight. I really enjoyed it, and I hope that Dr. Sconzo might even release the children again. And also, Mr. President, happy birthday to you. I just told my sister happy birthday tonight, so I'm starting to really like you. Definitely good. But, and also, happy belated birthday, Ms. Conrad, last Monday. And with that, I'm through, Mr. President.
All right. Mr. Lopez.
I want to thank you for your comments. It takes a lot of guts to get up there and speak. You did a great job. And I too echo the comments of my fellow board members on financial literacy. It is certainly an issue that we have. I know this from having a 12-year-old son who doesn't understand the value of the dollar. And that's all I have on it. Happy birthday.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Mr. Rushing.
Thank you. Ms. Diallo, can't add more to what these guys said, except for they've all talked about children not having financial literacy. There are some professionals that don't have financial literacy too. So couldn't agree more. The earlier the better in terms of understanding that important topic in the management work in our country. So in terms of comments, my second favorite time of year is coming up. My favorite is graduation. My second favorite is convocation. So looking forward to going through and hearing all the cheers this year. They're always this thing drawn up real good. So see you guys, I guess, next week. And happy birthday, Mr. Sin.
Thank you. Ms. Conrad.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, again, I would also wish you happy birthday today. Thank you for your attendance. Ms. Diallo, thank you so much for your request, and from my understanding, I know we have some parts of financial literacy and parts of our curriculum in some courses, but as a whole, I'm not sure, how many students are exposed to those courses as well, so to have it as an option, something I think is awesome. Thank you, thank you for that information. Thank you, Public Information Department, for bringing that to our attention, for the Transportation Department. I do believe you guys, and really hadn't thought about it, but in reflecting as I was watching that, it just made me realize that we haven't had, or I personally haven't had as many calls this year with regards to transportation issues. And so that is a tribute to you and your department's work that you're doing, so I thank you for that. And I can definitely tell that we turned the page from being proactive as opposed to being reactive. So thank you for your leadership and all of the accomplishments for our team. And I believe that's all I have.
All right. literacy, it holds a special place in my heart. That's what I taught on the high school level for 8 years. It's currently not a requirement. I know that in the legislative session this year, a local resident over in Kingwood really put together a curriculum, went to TEA, tried to get it passed. It kind of fell short, but they're still actively pursuing that. So I can tell you that. I know that she's been in contact with Dr. Sconzo, myself, Representative Huberty, and Senator Creighton. And so they're definitely, it's still on the radar, but it was kind of fell on a dead issue at this legislative session, but it is working. So thank you very much for being here. Jeff, I got to tell you, as I was looking through the video there, I leaned over to Dr. Sconzo and I said, yeah, that mechanic right there, Kevin Taylor, played a big part in my life. His mom was my babysitter from the time I was walking in diapers till I was school age to go to Lakeland Elementary. So Kevin came up to me last year. I had no idea he was working in the district, and so we reminisced a little bit. But congratulations on everything that y'all are doing in that department. Thank you for that. I see the Honorable Norman Thunderberg, our representative from the city of Humboldt, with us again tonight. He's become a fixture at our meetings, and really is a signal and a sign from the city of Humboldt that we are truly working together as a partnership to move our community forward. So, Norman, thank you for being here. Thanks to the foundation and all you folks do. Most of you know my story. I started in the foundation before I decided to make the jump to run for school board. So that's very dear to my heart as well. And thank you to my wife and my beautiful daughter, Caitlin, for being here, helping me celebrate my birthday since I couldn't be at home with her. So with that said, Dr. Sconzo.
Thank you, Mr. President. No real report, but I do want to I want to acknowledge that yesterday we did welcome to our Humboldt ISD family about 380 new teachers to Humboldt ISD. The preceding Saturday, we had our first ever central pre-kindergarten registration, and the response was truly overwhelming. Over 300 families showed up. We're going to do another central registration day for pre-K, and I'm just thinking that experience is an omen for what's going to happen a week from this coming Monday. So we're excited with the start of the new school year. Met this morning with all staff this afternoon, and from every indication, we are as ready can be. So I want to assure you and everyone of that. I will again wish you a very happy birthday. I am sorry that you cannot be home with your family, but we will not at all object to you moving through this meeting quickly so that you can be with your family.
All right.
Second.
All right, well, with that said, that's a mandate from the superintendent. Mr. Rushing, do we have any motions for closed session?
Yes, Mr. President, as to personnel, I move that the board approve the administration personnel recommendations as presented with addendum.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? 7-0. How about the minutes?
As to the minutes, I move that the board approve the minutes for the regular board meeting held on July 14th, 2015.
We have a motion, we have a second. All those in favor? Mr. Lopez? 7-0. All right, let's move into our board committees. Audit committee, Mr. Cunningham. Okay. Board and superintendent evaluation.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, we're actually planning on a marathon meeting this evening in honor of your birthday following this meeting. We have our workshop scheduled for August 18th, and we've all received invitation to participate in that. We'll be receiving additional information in preparation for that, and we also have a date on the calendar for September
Planning Committee, Mr. Ingram.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, as you know, we had an excellent meeting last week. Really good presentation from PPK, all their activities that they're working on. Sorry I missed joining. I heard that was good as well. So, one thing I didn't check was return date. Are we done there? Was it a good report on that? Do you know if they were finished?
Well, late this afternoon, I sent you all some pictures, and you're checking out the pictures. Okay.
Thank you. That's it.
All right, perfect. Let's see, the Education Foundation, Ms. Morrison. I'm sorry, my fault. Cancel. Ms. Conrad?
Yes, sir. In addition to your full report that you just received this evening, we'd also like to bring to your attention about our annual fund campaigns, and the foundation is assisting 16 campuses this year in implementing an annual fund campaign, and that includes our first Title I campus to have an annual fund campaign, and that's Oakdale. Last year, over $435,000 was donated to Uncle ISD campuses through the Education Foundation. So we're looking forward to seeing the total rise to have that for the years.
Fantastic. I think Mr. Lopez, you wanted to add something to that?
Yeah, I just want to make sure everyone knows that if you look on the website, or you look at the report that they have, and they also have this information on the website, there's a list of executive officers and directors, and these people are volunteers, and they put so much time and effort in to get that money that we have that's going directly back into our district. And including Ms. Conrad, who's serving on the board this year, and all the board members, it's a wonderful thing they do for the community. So when they present a check like that to our district, you got to think about the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of volunteer hours that went in to get that money to put directly into our district for our kids. And so I can't thank them enough, everybody that's here, because everyone that stood up here tonight is countless hours. And the reward they get is the money that goes back into this district and the benefit that it pays, nothing else. So I want to thank you personally for everything that you do, and from a board member, from a member of this community, thank you.
Very good. Finance Committee, Mr. Rushing.
Yes, sir, no specific report other than now that my email is back up. Thank you, Michelle. Will be hearing from me, members of the committee, to, especially as the school year kicks back off, that we'll get into a routine. Get some meetings on the calendar, more than likely first week in September.
All right, Kingwood Super Neighborhood Council. Now, Ms. Morrison.
I can report they did not meet in July, but I will be going to the August meeting and we'll bring that information back to you.
But you did show up for the
But
July
I did show
meeting.
up for the meeting. Me and 4 others.
Legislative Committee.
Legislative Committee, we're meeting with Representative Huberty tomorrow afternoon, and so my committee will be getting back to you.
Perfect. Program Evaluation Committee, Mr. Lopez.
No report.
All right, Technology and Data Governance Committee.
Yes, sir. Nothing really new to report to you this time, but we do have an announcement, and some of you may have heard this already, about our new mobile app. It's now available for download. The app is available in the App Store or Google Play. So you can check all your phones to see if you've done that yet. You need to have that experience so you know what everyone's dealing with. It's a really easy setup. You can search for it in the Google Store or the App Store just by searching for Uncle ISD, but you also have a page that they set up, public information is set up on our site, and the short URL is uncleisd.net/mobile app, and that will give you a direct link to go download to those apps. But it's a simple setup in terms of selecting maybe your child's schools or other schools that you're interested in receiving the news feeds through, and it also has links to several applications that are frequently used throughout the district. There's 11 buttons that includes Uncle ISD, Home Access Center, news, the calendar, lunch, notifications, things like that. So the calendar is other things as well. But you'll be able to customize that as you go. So if you haven't done so already, I encourage you to do that and spread the word, have everyone have access on
let's move on into the consent agenda then. Mr. Rushing, if you'll help me with this. Under governance considerations, item A, proposed board policy CCA local. Consent. Nothing under superintendent's division reports. Under learning division reports, item A, JJAEP memorandum of understanding. Consent. Item B, instructional materials for proclamation 2015. Consent. Item C, revised discipline management plan, student code of conduct for 2015-16 school year. Consent. Under financial services divisions reports and considerations, item A, tax refunds. Consent. Item B, waiver of P&I. Consent. Item C, budgetary amendments. Consent. Under human resources, no items. Support Services Division, item A, construction and construction-related services. Consent. Under district-wide reports, considerations and purchases, item A, goods, professional services, and non-construction services exceeding $50,000 in the aggregate or $25,000 individually. That is also consent. If I can get a motion from you.
Sure, this is the consent agenda. I move that the board approve the following items by consent. Under governance, item A, under learning division, items A, B, and C. Under financial services division, items A, B, and C. Under support services division, item A. And under district-wide reports, considerations, and purchases, item A.
We have a motion. We have a second, Mr. Michelagi. All those in favor? 7-0. We have a couple reports under Learning Division. The School Health Advisory Council.
Mr. President, this is our annual SHAC report to the board. And I do want to acknowledge in the audience our district physical education facilitator, Helen Wagner, who leads our school health advisory council. Next to Helen is Lena Engelagi, serves on the SHAC group, representing parents and community. And next to Lena is Susan Luthold, who heads our school health services department for the district. So I want to thank them for their frankly long-standing commitment to and involvement on SHAC. So, Mr. President, trustees, if you have any questions about the report that was provided to you, if they're easy, I'll be happy to reply. If they're difficult, I'll call on Helen.
Okay, Ms. Conrad?
Just for my understanding, are the results that are reported to us, those are as given by the advisory council members?
That is correct.
Anything else? All right. The next report we have is our normal tax collection report.
And again, happy to respond to any questions trustees may have about that and or any of the other monthly financial services reports that we provide in the pack.
Okay, very good. Do we have any future board business that we need to put in the parking lot for next month's agenda? Not seeing any. We're adjourned.